Hello, friends. Welcome to this podcast channel, Center of Excellence Pharma 4. In this particular episode, I want to discuss about how aligning head, heart, and hands is required to achieve excellence in business transformation in pharma industry. So before starting up, let me give you our introduction. We are focusing on to Center of Excellence Pharma 4. That's the concept Dr. Jayan Joshi has developed it with an objective that various emerging technologies like cloud, artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, robotics, blockchain, chatbot are going to help to the pharma industry to digital transformation and helping to achieve business excellence. Let me give you a brief idea what we have done till today. We have developed a Udemy channel where smart manufacturing in pharma course has got about 20 modules covering all those details which I just mentioned it to you. We started a YouTube channel about 5 years back with the same objective, and today there are more than 300 videos are there. Our podcast channel has got more than 50 episodes. And we also have a book series where 3 books are already been published onto Amazon, which are available in Kindle and paperback. So let's get into the details about today's topic. So today my agenda is I want to give you an introduction briefly about overview about business transformation in pharma, importance of holistic approach. That's the people, processes, and technology, which is I call it the human-centric approach. So when I discuss about the head, we have to think about the strategic clarity and about our vision, where I'm going to discuss about defining a compelling vision, setting strategic priorities, and aligning the leadership. About heart, I want to say it's inspiring and empowering the people who are going to drive this whole project. And when it comes to hands, it's the agile execution and innovation. So why this approach matters in the pharma industry? It's an integrated approach which definitely helps you to achieve the desired benefits. There is the evidence of success. And what are the key takeaways for the pharma leaders and its conclusion? That's what I want to discuss over here. So when we discuss about the overview of business transformation in pharma, we have to think about the 3 main areas. One is, what is this business transformation? It's a rapid adoption of these various emerging and digital technologies, and with an objective is to implement the Pharma 4 regulatory requirements or the Pharma 4 concepts which are matching with the Industry 4. The second is the beyond process upgrades and the technology investments. We have to think about the importance of this holistic approach with an integration of technology and digital transformation, along with the human-centric strategies. It's finally the human which is going to drive the entire project of from analog systems to digital systems and all. And how that aligning of head, heart, and hands, what I call it the 3H, is important to achieve success. So integration of intellectual, emotional, and practical aspect, which is what is the thing, it's going to drive this entire business transformation to achieve operational and business excellence. So, what is the importance of this holistic approach? We have to think it's a constant change is happening in pharma, not just a pharma, but it's happening everywhere. And when it comes to pharma, because pharma is regulatory driven, it is more challenging to achieve that constant change. The changes are taking place in business practices, in business concepts, in technology, in customers' expectation. So everywhere it is changing. So pharma industry experiences a continuous change in all those things. And this is it's a high stakes in the pharma. Again, I'm coming to the same thing is that say the pharma is driven by the regulatory requirements and all, which is more important thing. The challenges are more stringent. Challenges are more challenging, actually. So decisions and actions are have a significant consequences onto the entire process, actually. And regulatory factors are to be kept it in mind. So the strict regulations govern this whole industry, and human elements are more crucial into pharma operation. So that is where this human-centric approach is more important. So considering this, we have to draw our compelling vision. So articulating a clear vision is the most important thing. So ensuring the vision is aspirational and it's a forward-looking. Second is we have to ground the vision in a deep understanding about the customer's need. As you know, pharma is driven by the patients. And the patient's expectation, patient satisfaction, patient centricity, everything is becoming more and more important. We have to build up a good, strong communication and exchanging the information with the patient. That is what it is more important. And that is going to get supported by the technology advancements. Like you must be knowing, chatbots are there, AR/VR are there, by which you can really build a good contacts and relationships with the patient. So incorporating emerging technologies into the vision is more important. And you should stay updated with the latest technology trends and all. So understanding this regulatory landscape is more important. Aligning the vision with the unique regulatory requirements of the pharma industry. And you have to stay compliant with the evolving regulations. So this is what are the thing. Three things which you should really consider while drafting your vision, which should be a competitive thing. This needs to work with the strategic priorities. Every industry will have their own priorities. Every company will have their own priorities. Every location will have their own different priorities and all that. So here we have to think from the strategy point of view. So what are those priorities? Priorities will be digitalization of R&D and quality because it's a regulatory driven industry. Second is artificial intelligence driven digital supply chain management. This is where you are linking up from demand planning, supply planning, operation planning to everything. So it's a complete order to driven delivery process which you can really think and plan it out and all. Streamlining regulatory compliances because those are there at manufacturing level, at distribution level, at procurement level, at logistic level. So everything is to be there, which leads to patient safety and satisfaction. And all this data is a very sensitive data. So a cybersecurity plays an important role in maintaining all these things. Now aligning the leadership. Aligning leadership is more important because it's finally a leader who is driving this entire project, entire transformation. So you have to secure a buy-in from senior leadership. Senior leadership's commitment is very important. They should allocate not only the resources, but their own timings also, to see that the whole project is timely driven, it's a project driven, it's activity driven, and all that, and involves from top to bottom all stakeholders who get it into the entire design, development, and implementation and transformation process. So, ensuring and understanding the rationale and objectives is very important. Now, next is heart, inspiration, and empowering the people. So, that is their heart commitment is should be there. No? It should communicate with empathy, it should communicate with the transformation, which involves both people and processes. The leaders should inspire employees and address to their concerns. And finally, communicate benefits as well as the challenge, or maybe if there are any uh, changes during the implementations related to the terms which have been identified earlier while starting up the project should be really communicated to all relevant stakeholders, which is what and then this communications builds a better understanding, better team. It's a team driven process and all that. And that actually activate the purpose. So connect transformations to a higher purpose actually. Is not just a purpose for that particular department or that particular process, but it's a throughout the whole organizations and everything gets integrated. So resonate with the pharma professionals by improving patient's outcome, advancing science, and contributing to the public health. You can always involve those pharma professionals who are particularly expert in those areas, where building up those communication with the patient is more important, more challenging, and all that. That will build a strong team and all that. And fostering an empowering culture to encourage collaboration, inclusiveness, and psychological safety. Recognize and support those most affected by changes and celebrate quick wins to maintain the momentum. So that is what is the most important thing which is really required. So when it comes to the heart, these are the three factors which I thought are more important from driving the success of this whole particular project. And coming to the third H, that is the hands. So agile execution, that's the flexible execution and innovation are the two areas which are going to drive the entire thing. So you have to empower and agile teams. No, the flexibility should be there. No, when you delegate the responsibility to the cross-functional teams. The teams are involved basically not only from the operation people, but maybe your design people, your technology people, your IT people, your finance people. Everything has to come together. So it has to be a cross-functional teams have to work together to achieve that particular expected results and all. So which enables a quick decision making and adaptability, which is essential for the dynamic pharma environment, which you need to create it when you are moving from one systems to the new systems and all. While doing this entire transformation, you have to also innovate while executing it. Actually, they could be into procurement, it could be into quality system, it could be onto manufacturing system, it could be a warehouse system, it could be transportation system. So various systems, how those new digital tools. When I say tools, is that basically it's a cloud, AI, IoT, block, these are the various tools which you are going to use it, adopt it, and all that. So we have to implement those things while innovating it, not just to upgrading it from one technology to another technology, but you have to also think about it, how it will improve the productivity, performance, profitability also into the whole organization. And so you have to focus on to efficiency and ongoing innovation. Then areas of impact is already there. So clinical trials, manufacturing thing, and patient engagement. These are the things which you have to build up. So building all these capabilities requires investing into upskilling about the employees. They have to also understand the digital and data-driven competencies and all, and then that ensure the workforce and thrives into a tech-enabled landscape actually. So this requires a integrated approach and that will drive the benefits. So you have to have a strategic alignment to ensure business and patient. You have to do that employees engagement. So that's a head, heart, and hands. No? And then the effective execution. So innovative practices are to be regulated. That will give the competitive advantage into that particular sector into that. So what are those evidences of success? No? If you engage head, heart, and hands, no, that will drive the organization that engages all three elements. No? Again, I'm emphasizing it that all three elements are required. So it's not only one H, it's all three H are required. So head is helping your intellectual engagement and strategy. Heart is helping in emotional connections and motivation, and hands is helping in practical implementations and actions. So all three H are work together simultaneously and all, and that will give us sustained performance improvements, which will nearly three times more likely to achieve those improvements which are there. And that needs to be compared with to the organization that do not engage all three. You can see the comparisons and all also. So the if you look at the thinking about the key takeaways for the pharma leaders, they have to treat the transformation is a continuous journey. It's not a one process. It's not something like you do the entire thing in 3 months, 6 months time. No, it's going to be a continuous process, and you have to view the transformation as an ongoing process. No? And then only you can really go on monitoring the results on a monthly basis, weekly basis, quarterly basis, half yearly basis, and all that. And that is the difference between a one time project and a continuous projects and all that. And then you have to balance the strategies with the engagement and agility. So you have to combine the rational strategy with the emotional engagement and all, and maintain operational agility throughout the process actually. And then it's a lead by example. Is when you do a small pilot project, you achieve some results. So you clarify the visions with the team and all that. Give them inspiration, give them motivation to the team members and all. And that will go on empowering the innovation at all various levels and all. So, coming to just conclusion of my this presentation is that importance of alignment is very important. So, aligning head, heart, and hands is very crucial thing, which helps at navigating the disruption effectively. Then, secondly, the leadership in the digital transformation. Pharma organizations can lead the digital transformation by adoption of all these three things. That will drive the operational and business excellence. See, today everyone is looking for the operational excellence. We are looking for a better productivity, for better performance, better profitability, and all. All will come through these alignments of all these three factors and all that. And that will give you the impact onto the patients also. So positive impact onto the patients also will give a better satisfactions to your achievements and the results and all that. So we have already discussed all these factors onto our various YouTube videos, onto Udemy platform, onto our websites also, onto our podcast. So what I strongly suggest and recommend to you is that do subscribe all these channels. I'm quite sure this knowledge sharing what we are planning is will be very useful for you to achieve operational and business excellence into your organization, and at the same time it will help you to improve your career prospect, your confidence level to work into such organization. Hope feel free to contact us, do write to us, We are looking forward for your suggestion. Thank you. Bye.